You join me in the Stoke Park Swing Studio, where today I've been testing out the new MP-T4 wedges that Mizuno have just released. Now, last season, Luke Donald was using the previous generation Mizuno wedges to great effect. So they haven't made any major changes. They've just tweaked things to make them a little bit more playable and make them a little bit more versatile for people to use in a wider range of positions. So for instance, they put this slot in the back here, which means that if you're, for instance, hitting this 56-degree wedge with 13 degrees of bounce, but you're using it as a pitching club, that ball isn't going to escape too high in the air. You're not going to lose it in the wind. So for a lot of good players, I think that would be an important bit of technology they've introduced. The other thing that they've done is they've increased the bounce angle on offer. So for instance, with this 56-degree wedge, as I've already said, there's 13 degrees of bounce. Now, I'm suspecting that from their feedback that they got from their tour pros, they've learned that actually players like to use the bounce a little bit more than they maybe perhaps previously thought when they chip. That's becoming certainly a more of a sort of modern way of chipping, just to use the bounce, just to keep the club head moving through the ball. It certainly is a great way of creating a lot of spin when you chip. So two fantastic wedges from Mizuno, obviously two different finishes to choose from, a darker one that's going to prevent the club from glaring too much in the sun. The other point I think that's worth making about these wedges is they're quite a generous hitting area. So to look down on, there's plenty of surface areas, plenty of groove area to look at. You don't feel as if it's going to be a tough club to hit. So if you're somebody that's maybe in the mid and higher end handicap spectrum, but you like the look of a traditional looking wedge and you like to be able to use one, I strongly suggest you try these, because they aren't too daunting to look down on. There's not, they're not too small a head to look down on. You don't feel as if you're going to struggle to make a good contact. And the feel, once you hit them out the middle, is superb, very solid, controls the flight nicely, and the quad cut grooves produce a great amount of spin. So all in all, two great wedges from Mizuno, well worth a test.